What is good, y'all? It is your boy Temp. Welcome back. It's been a minute. To kind of fill you guys in on what's been going on. To those of you guys who may have seen, there's been a lot of videos that have been re-uploaded over and over, and basically the channel had gotten to the point where basically I'm guessing there are select people who are hating so bad on this content. Or want to see me fail so badly that they're reporting every single video to the point where pretty much every upload I was putting up for a dozen uploads or who knows how many were getting taken down right away. And I was basically having to re-upload them, sometimes multiple times. So unfortunately, that kind of puts a kill in all momentum from the seller's perspective and all the people who've been supplying these shoes, which is how you guys have been getting these reviews. And that's kind of how you've been getting these reviews for years. So then you guys won't kind of see that stuff anymore. So I appreciate all the people, of course, who have been supporting. But that's where it goes a long way in you see a re-upload, clicking it, click that like button. Because that's the thing. Shoes haven't been coming in. I got 2 pairs here today, but that's kind of why you guys haven't been seeing the reviews. And then just from a productivity and kind of, for me, I've been kind of putting my kind of efforts into other businesses and kind of stuff like that I've been doing into my car. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you see I put a lot into that and other things. So if you guys want to continue to see these, I can try and revisit some older stuff, but if that's going to be what happens with this channel, then so be it. I mean, I've been continuing to post them until they stay up, but it has been kind of throwing a wrench into things, just so you guys know, and I'm fully transparent as to what's been going on. So without taking too much of your time today, shout out to Kiku.xyz. We're going to start with the Caitlin Clark Light Armory Blue 6s, I believe they are called, which are these joints right here, the GK 3.0 Light Armory 6s. I have some things kind of set up in here for Christmas and whatnot, so I'm not going to move things around. I'm going to film it. It's going to be a little bit of a different kind of review. I'm back behind the camera, which I don't do too often anymore. It's a little bit different, but if you guys want to go back to the older format, just let me know. We're going to start off with the box here for you guys. So start off with the box. Comes with the newer black snake scale with the kind of box kind of top that lifts off. Kobe 6 Protro Light Armory Blue / white. I was right on the color. Size 11. Now, these fit true to size-ish. They are a little bit tight across the top of the foot and in the width. The lengthwise, they're fairly true to size. This is a tricky one. For me, in a size 11, they don't have 11.5. I personally wouldn't go up a full size. They do break in, but it is a bit painful as they are tight across the whole kind of top and midsection of the foot, like I mentioned. My size 11s have broken in. I myself, like I said, wouldn't go to a 12. They fit about a quarter of a size small, I would say. This is just the 3.0s. The 2.0s fit a little more true to size. If you are, like if you're an 11.5 and you don't want a super snug fit, I would say go to that 12. Or if you're in any size where you have a next half size up and you don't want it super snug, I would say go half size up. But if you're in my kind of scenarios, like say you're wearing a 13, you don't want to go to a 14, or a 12, you don't want to go to a 13, that kind of thing, I personally would go true to size and just bear with the break-in process. But yeah, so that's the box, black with the glossy scales, the gold Kobe signature, and then you've got gold Shizuku, little kind of ringlet there, whatever. Gold Nike on that side. Inside the box, more of that black matching paper, that black and kind of semi-gloss with the snake scales and the gold Shizuku with the standard white paper underneath. I'm not going to go too into detail for you guys. And as you guys know, every time there's a lot of new, like Kiku puts out a new shoe, if you guys order fairly quick, you will get the free Pro socks, which are the Hide FX. These are always the ones people be asking about. When they see a shoe leak overseas, they're always like, a lot of them, they're rocking these shoes or they have the Hide FX display case. You can get all that stuff from Kiku usually. But yeah, these, I would say closest thing, the older kind of Stance NBA socks or like the older Nike Hyper Elites, they are a little bit more of a thicker sock. So if you like a thicker sock, that is a shoe for you. Me, with these shoes being a little bit more snug, I can't rock those with them. But they are very nice, high quality socks. So starting off with the shoe, man. This is a beautiful shoe. This is a beautiful colorway. I do really like this colorway of Kobe 6. This is definitely one of the better, newer style colorways. You guys know me. I do like a lot of the OG colorways from the original Kobe 6. Because that was a shoe I kind of just grew up loving, right? But I do like these better than a lot of the OGs. I like these better than all of the like camo colorways and quite a few of the other ones. The new Protro orange ones have kind of grown on me, but these are definitely probably arguably the best new colorway of a Protro 6, I would say, since the reverse Grinch. I freaking love that shoe. I actually just picked up retail. I paid below retail. I don't want to say I scammed the kid, but the one kid bought them from another kid. I saw the original poster was further away from me, and then he bought them and then ended up selling them again. And I was like telling him, like, yo, like, do you know if these are legit? Do you have any proof? And he's like, I'm pretty sure they are. And I just kind of was like, yo, like, let me. So I copped them for like, I think a little over 200 Canadian, which is like well below retail, and they're still in fairly good condition. So if you guys want a retail versus rep review of that shoe, I don't have all the batches still, but I have a few of them. I can show you that. But yeah, this shoe right here, love this colorway. The different two tones of blue just look really, really nice. And yeah, it's a 3.0, so the aesthetic details and how up-to-date these are just really, really good. Starting off with the bottom of the shoe, you have your standard Kobe 6 traction pattern. Now, like I mentioned, the 3.0s did update to a lot of the other, to the older ones, but I mean, they're ahead of a lot of other batches in the fact that, and this is a really good legit checking point, on the heel, the snake scales towards the back, all pairs above, I believe it is size 10 or 10.5, will have smaller scales around the heel instead of the bigger scales, which you'll see kind of throughout. So that is a really easy, and that's one way to like point blank legit check a lot of pairs, is to look for that feature. So these ones, again, traction pattern completely correct. You've got kind of like the super light iced out solid rubber blue. You've got the black Shizuku on the heel and the black carbon fiber on point. And yeah, pretty much standard for your Kobe 6 traction pattern. Nothing crazy to mention with these. But yeah, to those of you guys who like your solid rubber outsoles, I mean, this is one to go with. But even then, the translucent rubber ones, like I said, on the Kobe 6, it's not really a big enough difference between them that I would say let an outsole persuade you as to which colorway you're going to purchase, kind of thing. I just think both the solid and the translucent ones are both quite, like, the performance is so close, it's not really worth letting one sway you one way or another. As for the midsole, you have a white semi-gloss midsole that kind of has like a speckled kind of texture to it, kind of like a rough, like almost like a spray paint texture with the little specks that goes all the way throughout. Semi-gloss there, you've got your Nike Zoom on the heel, even though this shoe has the Protro setup, which is the top-loaded Zoom Turbo in the forefoot and Cushlon in the midfoot. Now with this shoe, the 3.0, again, like mentioned, really good aesthetic details. Scale lining height, very consistent. The sharpness of the midsole curve, almost having that 90-degree angle, another good legit checking point. Yeah, bang on. And it's one of the things, like I said, that they've gotten really, really consistent with these 3.0 batches. And looks really good. So, yeah, not much else to say about the midsole. But yeah, performance on these, really, really nice. Arguably better than retail. They have that kind of, the Cushlon is super soft. They have a almost more like an, even though it's a Zoom Turbo, the sensation is almost more like an unlocked Zoom, and really, really nice underfoot, especially once broken in. The upper is kind of, with the upper being a little bit tight to start, it really kind of squeezes your foot, but once these are broken in, it's a really nice cushioning ride, and still sits fairly low to the ground. Like, it's a good balance of, like, if you want a shoe that has a lot of impact protection still, this has quite a bit, to be honest with you, like a fair amount, but it still doesn't sacrifice your core feel too much either. As for your upper, you have a completely matte upper, semi kind of almost more like a satin finish, maybe around the swooshes, a little bit of a shine to it, but it's still fairly matte in the two-tone kind of blue. And the swoosh placement and positioning and size is bang on with these 3.0s. Looks really good with the 6s. I've noticed some of the 5s are maybe the swooshes are a tad smaller, a tad bit on the high side, but the 6s, they look really good. Swoosh tails in the right spot there as well, and they look really good. Upper on these is nice and soft. It is one of the things, like the 5s, the 6s, the 4s, all models, depending on colorway, some of the upper materials are a bit softer than others, and these ones do have a fairly supple kind of upper. I noticed that as the orange ones for me took a little bit more break-in time, than even the Dodgers ones, per se. The Dodgers ones felt a little bit more softer right out the box. But upper is really nice on these. It's got a very subtle gradient behind the scales there as well, if you guys can see. But it looks really good. Another update with the 3.0, the kind of synthetic patent leather almost. Or not this color isn't really a patent leather like the Grinches, but these ones almost more like a white satin pearl on the heel. The overall sculpting of the heel counter and the shape, they did a really good job with the 3.0. They got it pretty much bang on, looking really good. But yeah, kind of like a white satin pearl. And you've got the light blue kind of transparent heel counter there. Heel tabs looking really good. Another thing they've done a really good job with the shape on in that light blue. And you've got the bright blue, kind of like the same one on the swoosh for your Kobe signature. And as for the tongue, more of that same blue from the upper. You've got the white kind of Nike Torch material showing underneath. And you've got your oval flat hybrid laces in that same blue to match in with the upper as well. These ones here, shout out to my guy Mania. I know he's going to watch this video. He's one of the loyal guys, one of the OGs himself. I believe he did a 3M lace swap with these. But these right here, the white laces from the Dodgers low key. I can't remember if they have blue tips or red. But white laces on these would set these off in my opinion. Because finding a blue to match the swoosh would be a little more difficult. But would look really good. Tongue as well, kind of tying in the same effect, same upper colorway with the blue from the swoosh on the Shizuoka there on the tongue. And the tongue shape, backing, everything really, really nice. The insole has the Kobe Shizuoka there as well. I don't know if the light in the camera will pick it up there. It's blue. Again, matching that same kind of color scheme. And collar lining as well in that same blue from the upper. And these look really, really good. The other foot as well, same with the Shizuoka. But yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful blue shoe. And again, one of the best newer Protro colorways to come out. Again, there's a lot of OGs I want to see. If there are some OGs, if you guys want to make this a little interactive thing, what are some of the OG colorways you can do of any of the active kind of Kobe Protro models would you guys like to see come out below? For me, the Kobe 3 and the Minneapolis Lakers colorway, that gray and kind of like a blue like this, that gray and blue for the Kobe 3s. For the Kobe 5s, I want to see the China 5s, the Wolf Gray 5s, because like pretty much nobody's repped either of those. Those are probably my two favorite colorways of the 5s. And maybe even like the Duke colorway. I know a lot of people like the Miles Davis, but the Duke had more of a metallic blue. As for the 8s, I really want to see the Christmas Light 8s and the Blue Blitz 8s. Christmas Light 8s, one of my all-time favorite Kobe shoes. And as for the 9, I would love to see the Laser Crimson Kobe 9. That is the best Kobe 9, in my opinion. So, yeah, what other colorways do you guys want to see come out below? Be sure to let me know. The USA Kobe 5s is another really, really nice colorway. Kiku just put those out. So I'm hoping eventually I can get my hands on those. Like I said, been behind on a lot of releases just because of the way the channel's been trending. But kind of that's just how it's been. But yeah, once again, shout out to all you guys who stuck around through all the ups and downs of this channel. And shout out to Kiku.xyz for sending these my way. If you guys want the best Kobe's in the game from the 4, 5, 6, or the 8, go hit them up. They'll get you covered. Code Temp will get you a $10 off discount. They do have a lot of sales, so I don't know if it will apply to those items. But give it a shot. It is your boy Temp. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.